So if you argue, fuss and fight, you giving hypocrites the right to say that we can't unite. My God, I know.
Israel Vibration in the same song. Before that, Black Starliner Must Come from Culture. At the beginning, the Abyssinians, and This Land Is For Everyone. And to put a different meaning, as it were, on that last song, the same song, let's talk a little bit about the business side of things. Simply from the point of view of, I don't particularly like to talk about the business side of music, but it does seem that it does still play a very major part when it comes to reggae music and reggae musicians receiving what is rightfully theirs. Is that situation still as bad, for instance, today in Jamaica as it used to be?
Well, pertaining to most producers, and they ripped off a lot of artists, give them bad encouragement, really, you know. It's like Joe Gibbs, really, as a man who really ripped off me personally. I know that. And I know he ripped off a lot more people. Even Congos can tell you about Scratch and things. Well, a lot of producers really, well, some bad names, you know, to the ways they really are. They just grabbing. And so they grab, they don't remember you no more, you know what I mean?
It's a shame that it has such an effect. I mean, you mentioned about Scratch Lee Perry. I mean, let's ask Roy about this, because it's still one of my favourite reggae albums in musical terms, but we're not going to play a track tonight from it, because although you wrote nearly all of the songs on it, the money from the record doesn't seem to go to you at all.
No,
maybe you'd like to comment on that experience.
Well, Lee Perry, you know, is a guy who tried to use his brain, you know, all the while on the artist, you know, recording the artist in Jamaica, then come to foreign country and do business with the records. Come back to Jamaica and tell the artist that, boy, nothing come out the record, you know. And he always like that, to build up himself alone, you know. That the way Lee Perry is upset as work business, you know. So he's not truthful in his doings, you know.
So the upsetter itself can be interpreted in different ways. I mean, not just musically. I mean, in business terms as well.
You can even listen to his name, what he gives himself, the upsetters, you know. Like to upset people's mind, you know. Right now he's kind of kinky, you know. So he's not honest in his feelings.
To what extent, though, has that situation changed? I mean, you mentioned, for instance, earlier that if you come to England and the Showcase album, for instance, has been released through an English outlet, that the problems aren't as great as such, that you can get round that. That seems to be a sad situation in a way, that you should have to come to England, for instance, to sort out the business side of things when the music itself comes from Jamaica.
Yeah, you know. For we in Jamaica, we are very far from England. And there's not many ones in Jamaica as reggae artists who have the opportunity of coming to England, you know. Depending on the fear and things like that, it's very hard for them to find fears to come to England. So the big guys who can find the fear, like Scratch, he just come to England and bring back nothing for the artists more than lies, you know, bad lies, you know, using one talent and don't really give him anything about it, you know, and that is bad.
It's a shame too that, I mean, I think musically he has good ideas, but it's a shame that people get sort of messed up by just trying to make a lot of money out of it instead of just concentrating on
and
on the music.
People all over the world feel like he is the greatest and he can do as he feel like, you know, because people in the world don't know really, you know.
Same name, Pipe Cock Jacks.
He also changed his name to Pipe Cock Jacks, you know.
To avoid the lawsuits and the people that are trying to track him down.
No, he's going on as if he's a madman to keep people off, you know. But we really know that it's just a strategy he's trying to play, you know.
Even the Virgin record companies are ripped off, you know. It's like the Virgin company now come to Jamaica and sign a lot of artists, and with the concept that he could sell 80 or 100,000 albums in Africa. Well, this is what he do in South Africa. He take our stuff and buy nuclear weapon to destroy Africa. We know that. You understand? Without no apology, you understand? And that's what Virgin doing. Well, she find out that they locked down the record sale in Africa. He just fling with all artists and forgot about artists, and he was the one who comes way to Jamaica and sign us people. And well, if you're a virgin, I feel a virgin artist to be pure and clean. You have one named Simon Draper. Draper is a thing that
drape up people.
Yeah, cover people's skin, you understand? And such like, so they trap with some various name behind the repetition, you understand? Virgin record. It's very terrible, you know. No royalty statement, nothing. When you go to him asking for money, him said, man, you owe me a whole heap of money and blah, blah. How much me owe him money, and he don't give me no stuff to put out. I give him stuff to put out. This is a rip-off, you know.
Having been through that sort of experience, though, I mean, are things changing? Is it possible these days to go at it another way? I mean, to get around that?
Well, to me right now, if I find a company not really dealing with anything personal, help me and help my musician and my man around me, the members of the bands and such like, and think that I'm not looking to grab me alone. I'm looking really that the man them in the bands can be happy, Congo Shantarai can be happy, and even the engineer Bonnie can be happy, you know.
He doesn't look very happy at the moment.
Yeah, well.
He likes
I
it.
just have to mind. Without herbs, need cali herbs, man.
Well, talking about food, this next track is one that I've just put on. I mean, I just like it. I mean, as we went to eat in a Chinese restaurant beforehand, it seems like a reasonable excuse to play the record. It's called China Gate from Guardian Angel. You know this one, right?
Yeah.
Probably hate it, but I quite like it, so we'll have a listen to it anyway.
Okay.